12 News is your election headquarters. Good evening, Southeast Texas. I'm Jordan Williams. It's good to be with you on a busy news night. We're going to take a moment to update you on some of the big runoff races that we are watching tonight as the returns come in. Let's start in Jefferson County with the race for County Commissioner Precinct 2 between Cary Erickson and Alex Rupp. This has really been one to watch. You've got two county employees. And look how close this one is at this point. This is basically the early vote, but you can see Mr. Erickson in the lead by roughly 50 votes or so at this point. A really tight race. It's been interesting to watch, as I mentioned. Cary Erickson, the county's HR director, and you had Alex Rupp, who runs Jack Brooks Regional Airport. We have right now 12 News reporter Gloria Walker, who's been monitoring this race throughout the day, and now she's with us live with an update. Gloria.
Well, Jordan, as you can see, I am here at the watch party of Mr. Erickson, and I'm joined by him today. We actually just got the numbers in right now, and it's about 1,227 votes for Cary Erickson and 1,163 for Alex Rupp. So as you can see, it's been a very close race. That's something that we kind of touched on earlier today when we spoke. Were you at all surprised that it's been such a close race?
Absolutely not. We knew that this coming in, this was going to be a close race. I think the primary itself was very close. There were only 18 votes separating Alex and I, and we knew that this was going to be a tough race, a close race, and we're happy to be ahead right now.
Absolutely. And one thing I guess you touched on is that you were happy it would stay a clean race, that you guys have been friends and you guys have worked together and just stayed on each other's good sides throughout this election.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know Alex. I've known him for a long time. He's a great guy. And, you know, we just said from the beginning we were going to handle it professionally. We were going to stay colleagues. You know, he calls me, I call him. We've had a lot of interaction since this race started. We have to, because in his job at the airport and my job as HR and risk management, we have to interact. So either way that this came out, we were going to stay professional, and we've done that throughout this race. I'm very proud of Alex. I'm very proud of myself and both of our campaigns. There has been absolutely no issues between our campaigns.
And if this result holds up, you know, you will be facing Julia Rodriguez in November. So what would be your, I guess, strategy if you were to win the Republican primary? Well,
I mean, you can see the folks behind me. You know, these people out here are the ones that pulled me through in this campaign. They worked hard. This is not my victory if it comes out. This is our victory. Hey, folks, yell! Look at those wonderful people. Those are the people that put me where I am right now, and I will continue to depend on them.
Absolutely. These are the people that put in the blood, sweat, and tears, and we are going to continue to bring you live updates with the numbers. Reporting live in Port Neches, Gloria Walker, 12 News.
All right, Gloria, with Mr. Erickson, these are the new numbers that she was mentioning, these just coming in the county commissioner's race. Mr. Erickson on top this point with roughly 1,227 votes, or 51% of the vote. So again, that's the snapshot in Jefferson County. We want to head up to Newton County, and this is another race that we are watching really closely. This is the Newton County judges race, and it would appear that we have an upset in the making here. Incumbent Kenneth Weeks challenged by Ronnie Cochran. Both highlighted the Newton County economy. We know Judge Weeks has been in that position for a little over 3 years. He's been focused on bringing jobs to his county, that new biorefinery. Cochran told us just days ago he felt like he had to run to offer more transparency to the community. And it looks like his pitch may have paid off. These are not final numbers by any means, but you can see Mr. Cochran has a commanding lead with 68% of the vote. One of the biggest other races, that for State Rep District 22 on the Democratic side, we've got Joseph Trahan being challenged by Christian Manuel Hayes. And this one is also a very tight race. You know, Christian Manuel Hayes had the endorsement of the person who's held this seat for years, State Rep Joe Desatel, who's retiring. Hayes was his right-hand man for so many years, 17 years in Austin. And at this point, Hayes is in the lead with 51% of the vote. Over Joseph Trahan's 49%, but this one is close. These are not final numbers, so we've got to watch this one very closely. Whoever wins this on the Democratic side will face a three-way race come the fall. You've got Republican Jacorian Randall and Independent Chad Gary. Some statewide races tonight. Republicans have had their eyes on the race for AG, and you can see we've put the check mark on the incumbent. Ken Paxton, 68% of the vote. The Texas Tribune, our news partners in Austin, have already called this. He defeated George P. Bush in that runoff election. Ken Paxton will continue to represent the GOP as he heads for the general election come fall. And let's look at the Democratic side. Looks like his challenger will likely be Rochelle Garza. She's in the lead here with 60% of the vote. Rochelle Garza has spent much of her time as a lawyer fighting for migrant rights down in the Rio Grande Valley. Joe Joukowsky is the former mayor of Galveston. Ms. Garza with a commanding lead, 60% of the vote right now for her. Okay, let's check some other races. Lieutenant governor's race. These are statewide numbers coming in. Mike Collier in the lead there from Michelle Beckley. Collier with 57% of the vote at this point. Some other races that we want to check on. That's okay. Those are the latest ones we have coming in from around Texas. Others are in fact scrolling at the bottom of your screen, including that race for Railroad Commissioner that you could see right there. And again, those updated numbers for State Rep District 22. So this election day, these runoff primaries all played out while Texans this afternoon and tonight have such heavy hearts as we cope with the aftermath of the Uvalde school shooting. The latest information we have on that, a quick update: 18 children killed, 2 adults, plus the gunman in Uvalde. That suspect, a lone teenage gunman being identified as 18-year-old Salvador Ramos. We'll show you some of the latest images we have from Uvalde, and just a heartbreaking scene as so many parents rushed to Robb Elementary School, and they've spent so many hours trying to find out whether their kids survived. Uvalde is about 80 miles west of San Antonio. We talked about that race for State Rep District 22. We spoke with the 2 Democrats who are running. Let's hear what they had to say, their reflections on this school tragedy.
The proliferation of gun violence in this country, especially in this state, is untenable. It's something that many of us try and figure out, how can we improve it?
We have got to do more to protect our citizens and our children from people who should not be having guns. And we have to do that by making sure that we're not just going through background checks, but that we're expanding in mental health.
Okay, and again, to reiterate, unfortunately that graphic was not correct. I want to show you, again, 18 children, 2 adults killed in that school shooting there in Uvalde. And tomorrow we know that school districts in our area, including Nederland, P&G, and Bridge City, have all said they will have additional police officers present in the wake of that tragedy in Uvalde. All right, we are going to continue to follow the election returns as they come in. A difficult night for all of us across Texas. If you'd like to receive the real-time election results, we'll send them to your phone if you text the word results to 409-838-1212. I would invite you to join us on air over on KBMT ABC for a special edition of 12 News coming your way tonight at 10. Good night.